Have you ever felt your strength slipping as you age, even though you're trying to stay active? Maybe climbing stairs leaves you winded, or carrying groceries feels heavier than it used to. If you're over 60, you may be experiencing something called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. And the truth is, it's more common than most people realize. Studies show that after the age of 50, adults can lose up to 1 to 2% of muscle mass each year. By the time you hit your 60 seconds or 70 seconds, this loss can affect balance, mobility, and even independence. But here's the encouraging part. Science now shows there's a simple, proven way to fight back. And it starts with something you can add to your water every day. Muscle loss with age isn't just about appearance, it's about function. Weak muscles increase the risk of falls, make everyday activities harder, and can even impact metabolism and overall health. Researchers have found that maintaining muscle mass in older adults reduces the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular problems, and osteoporosis. Strong muscles literally help your body stay resilient. That's why addressing sarcopenia isn't optional. It's essential for living a healthy, independent life. Many people think muscle loss is inevitable, but it doesn't have to be. The problem is that as we age, our bodies become less efficient at building and repairing muscle. This phenomenon, called anabolic resistance, means older adults need higher quality protein and the right nutrients to stimulate muscle growth. Without the proper support, even regular exercise and eating enough calories won't be enough to preserve strength. But the good news is, targeted nutrition can overcome this resistance and trigger real improvements in muscle health. What if I told you that one simple addition to your daily water could make a real difference? This isn't a gimmick or a trendy supplement pushed online. It's backed by multiple clinical studies showing measurable improvements in muscle mass, strength, and overall mobility in adults over 60. People who incorporate this ingredient experience noticeable benefits in a matter of weeks when combined with proper nutrition and light resistance activity. It's safe, natural, and easy to include in your daily routine. By sticking with this video until the end, you'll discover exactly what to add to your water, how to use it correctly, and why it works. You'll also learn the subtle details that most guides leave out, details that can make the difference between wasting money on ineffective solutions and actually rebuilding muscle. This information is based on verified research, not opinions or unproven trends, so you can feel confident taking action. Right now, imagine feeling stronger, more energetic, and capable again. Picture walking upstairs without hesitation, lifting objects without strain, and moving with the confidence you had years ago. Reversing muscle loss isn't just a dream. With the right approach, it's achievable even past 60. And it all begins with understanding what sarcopenia is, why it happens, and the exact science-backed strategy to combat it. The first step toward regaining your strength starts with awareness. Recognizing that your body needs more than just occasional activity or random supplements is crucial. Sarcopenia is real, but it is manageable. And the method I'm about to share is one of the most effective, safe, and research-verified ways to rebuild your muscles from the inside out. If you commit to learning this today, you'll be armed with the knowledge to protect your health and transform your strength for years to come. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that comes with age, is more than just a cosmetic concern. It is a real health threat. After 60, the body naturally loses muscle fibers, and the ones that remain become smaller and weaker. Research shows that people over 60 can lose as much as 30% of their muscle mass within a decade if no action is taken. This loss doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, making everyday tasks harder and increasing vulnerability to injuries. What makes it even more concerning is that sarcopenia often goes unnoticed until it starts affecting mobility and independence. Weak muscles mean less stability, and that instability can lead to falls, which are a leading cause of fractures in older adults. Beyond physical risks, reduced muscle mass also lowers metabolism, making it harder to maintain healthy body weight and energy levels. Understanding why this happens is essential for combating it effectively. As we age, several physiological changes contribute to muscle loss. Hormonal changes, such as reduced testosterone and growth hormone levels, directly affect the body's ability to build and maintain muscle. Meanwhile, aging muscles experience chronic low-grade inflammation, which further impairs muscle repair and regeneration. Another factor is anabolic resistance, a condition where older muscles become less responsive to protein intake. This means that the same amount of protein that once supported muscle growth in your 30 seconds may now be insufficient. Research shows that older adults need higher quality proteins that contain specific amino acids like leucine to effectively trigger muscle protein synthesis. Without this targeted approach, the muscles gradually shrink and weaken. Nutrition plays a critical role in preserving muscle health. Adequate protein intake is non-negotiable, yet studies reveal that a significant number of adults over 60 fail to meet the recommended daily intake. This deficiency accelerates muscle loss, as the body does not receive enough building blocks to repair and grow fibers. Equally important is hydration. Muscles are about 75% water, and even mild dehydration can impair performance, increase fatigue, and reduce recovery capacity. Adding essential nutrients to water isn't just convenient, it ensures that the body receives the hydration and key compounds it needs for optimal muscle function. Exercise, particularly resistance or strength training, is another cornerstone of preventing and reversing sarcopenia. When muscles are challenged through resistance movements, the body responds by strengthening and building fibers, even in older adults. Studies consistently show that combining resistance training with proper nutrition amplifies results, improving both muscle mass and functional strength. Lightweight lifting, bodyweight exercises, or resistance bands are all effective methods. However, without adequate protein and amino acids, exercise alone cannot fully overcome age-related muscle loss. The combination of the right nutrients with consistent activity is what triggers measurable change. Among the most effective nutrients, research highlights specific amino acids and protein sources that significantly impact muscle growth in older adults. Leucine, an essential branched-chain amino acid, directly activates muscle protein synthesis and is considered a critical trigger for rebuilding strength. Clinical studies show that older adults consuming leucine-rich protein daily experience improved muscle mass and better physical performance within weeks. Collagen peptides are another powerful option, supporting both muscle fibers and connective tissue, which helps maintain strength and joint function. When these are added to water, they are rapidly absorbed, providing immediate support to the muscles after intake. It is also important to understand the timing and consistency of nutrient intake. Research indicates that distributing protein evenly across meals and including it shortly after exercise maximizes muscle protein synthesis. This ensures that every fiber receives the necessary stimulus to grow stronger and recover efficiently. Combining these strategies with light resistance training enhances results significantly, creating a feedback loop where nutrition and movement reinforce each other. The evidence is overwhelming. Sarcopenia is not an unavoidable part of aging. With targeted nutrition, proper hydration, and regular activity, older adults can maintain or even rebuild muscle strength. Muscle loss does not need to define your 60 seconds and beyond. Individuals who adopt these strategies not only improve strength and mobility, but also reduce the risk of falls, enhance metabolic health, and regain the energy to perform daily tasks with confidence. Even modest gains in muscle mass can dramatically impact quality of life, allowing people to remain active, independent, and resilient. The key takeaway is that prevention and reversal of muscle loss is achievable, safe, and supported by decades of research. Adding a scientifically validated compound to your water each day, combined with consistent nutrition and exercise, gives the body the tools it needs to fight sarcopenia. It's simple, practical, and backed by real evidence. By taking action now, you can preserve strength, protect your independence, and improve your overall health, even past 60. Muscle loss is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It is a condition that responds powerfully to the right approach. The most powerful way to fight sarcopenia and rebuild muscle after 60 starts with a single, science-backed addition to your daily routine. This ingredient is not a fad, a trendy supplement, or something that promises results without effort. It has been thoroughly studied and repeatedly proven to support muscle protein synthesis, improve strength, and help older adults regain lean mass safely. Clinical trials consistently show that when this compound is consumed daily, it triggers measurable improvements in muscle function and reduces the decline in strength associated with aging. What makes it so effective is its combination of essential amino acids, particularly leucine, which acts as the key signal for muscle growth. Leucine directly activates the muscle-building pathway in the body, making it a cornerstone nutrient for anyone over 60 who wants to stop muscle loss. Collagen peptides or whey protein isolate are two of the most effective forms of this ingredient, and they have slightly different benefits. Collagen supports not only the muscle fibers themselves, but also the connective tissues, tendons, and joints that enable smooth movement. This is crucial because as muscles grow weaker with age, tendons and ligaments also lose elasticity, which can limit mobility and increase the risk of injury. Collagen addresses both the structural and functional components of strength, making it ideal for older adults. Whey protein isolate, on the other hand, provides a concentrated source of all essential amino acids with a particularly high leucine content. Studies show that older adults consuming whey protein supplements daily experience significant gains in muscle mass, improved grip strength, and better overall functional performance within weeks. Both forms are rapidly absorbed, making them effective even when consumed simply by adding them to water. The effectiveness of this ingredient relies not only on what it is, but also on how it is consumed. Research indicates that spreading protein intake throughout the day and pairing it with hydration maximizes its benefits. Drinking water infused with this compound ensures fast absorption and allows the muscles to receive nutrients efficiently. Hydration alone enhances muscle function, while the addition of leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides amplifies the effect, signaling the body to start rebuilding muscle fibers that have weakened over the years. Consistency is key. Daily intake produces cumulative benefits, while sporadic use limits the body's ability to respond fully. Even modest daily doses, when used properly, create meaningful improvements in strength and endurance over time. Another reason this approach works so well is that it targets the underlying problem of anabolic resistance, which makes older muscles less responsive to ordinary protein sources. By providing a concentrated leucine-rich formula, the muscles receive a potent stimulus to grow. This has been confirmed in multiple human studies, where older adults taking leucine-enriched protein supplements showed increased muscle protein synthesis compared to those consuming standard protein or no supplementation at all. The results are not theoretical. Participants gained measurable lean mass, improved functional tests like chair stands and grip strength, and reported feeling stronger in everyday activities. The science is clear. The body's ability to rebuild muscle is still very much alive in older age, but it requires the right signal delivered consistently. It is also important to consider safety and simplicity. This compound is natural, well tolerated, and does not require complicated preparation or large doses to be effective. Adding it to a glass of water is easy, and it integrates seamlessly into daily routines. Unlike many supplements on the market, it does not carry significant side effects when used at recommended doses. For those concerned about taste, unflavored versions dissolve easily and can be paired with warm or cold water, making adherence simple. The goal is to make a powerful, research-backed intervention effortless so that older adults can maintain consistency without feeling burdened. Beyond rebuilding muscle, this ingredient also provides secondary benefits that support overall health. Collagen, for instance, has been shown to improve joint function, reduce discomfort during movement, and support skin and bone health. Whey protein offers benefits for metabolism, satiety, and even immune function. This makes daily intake not just a strategy for stronger muscles, but a holistic approach to healthier aging. When combined with light resistance exercises and a balanced diet rich in vitamins and minerals, the results are amplified. Muscles become firmer, strength improves, energy levels rise, and everyday tasks feel easier. The bottom line is that combating sarcopenia after 60 does not require extreme measures or complicated regimens. A simple, scientifically proven addition to water each day can provide the stimulus older muscles need to rebuild. It addresses the exact biological mechanisms responsible for muscle loss, delivers the critical nutrients in an absorbable form, and produces measurable results over time. For anyone looking to regain strength, protect independence, and feel physically capable, this approach is among the most reliable and practical strategies available. Knowing the right ingredient to add to your water is only part of the solution. How you use it makes all the difference in actually rebuilding muscle and combating sarcopenia effectively. Research shows that timing, dosage, and consistency are critical factors in maximizing the benefits of leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides. Simply taking it sporadically or in small amounts will produce minimal results. Older adults need a structured approach that ensures the muscles are receiving the right signals regularly. The first step is understanding how much to consume. Clinical studies recommend a daily protein intake of around 2 to 1, 5 grams per kilogram of body weight for adults over 60, with leucine making up a key portion of that intake. When added to water, the recommended serving of collagen peptides or whey protein isolate provides a concentrated dose of leucine, enough to trigger muscle protein synthesis effectively. The next crucial factor is timing. Muscles are most responsive to protein intake after periods of activity, but even without intense exercise, spacing the intake across the day supports continuous muscle repair. For instance, having a glass of water with this ingredient in the morning and another serving after light resistance exercises or walking sessions creates a repeated stimulus for the muscles to rebuild. Studies indicate that spreading protein intake evenly across meals rather than consuming it all at once improves the body's ability to utilize amino acids efficiently. This is particularly important for older adults whose muscles respond less efficiently to protein than younger individuals. Regular, well-timed intake helps overcome this resistance and ensures that every muscle fiber receives the building blocks it needs to grow stronger. Hydration is another essential aspect. Muscles are composed largely of water, and even mild dehydration can impair strength, endurance, and recovery. By dissolving collagen peptides or whey protein in water, you are not only delivering essential nutrients, but also maintaining hydration, which supports muscle contraction, nutrient transport, and cellular repair. Research highlights that adequate hydration enhances the effectiveness of amino acids in promoting muscle protein synthesis. Drinking the solution slowly over 10 to 15 minutes is often more beneficial than consuming it all at once, as it allows for better absorption and maintains a steady supply of nutrients in the bloodstream. Consistency cannot be overstated. Muscle rebuilding is a gradual process, especially after 60, when anabolic responses are slower than in younger years. Daily use of the protein solution ensures a continuous supply of essential amino acids, creating the optimal environment for muscle growth. Skipping days or using inconsistent doses slows progress and reduces overall effectiveness. Clinical trials demonstrate that participants who maintained consistent daily intake over several weeks saw significant improvements in lean mass, strength, and functional performance, while those with irregular use had minimal gains. Establishing a simple routine, such as adding it to water at the same times each day, makes adherence easier and ensures long-term benefits. Another important consideration is combining this intake with light resistance exercises or body weight movements. Even modest activities such as squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band exercises amplifies the effects of leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides. Physical activity stimulates muscle fibers and increases blood flow, which enhances nutrient delivery and further triggers protein synthesis. Research consistently shows that nutrition and movement work synergistically, producing faster and more noticeable results than either approach alone. The exercises do not need to be strenuous. Consistency and proper form matter more than intensity. It is also worth noting that quality matters. When choosing the protein source, select products that are high in essential amino acids, free from unnecessary additives, and tested for purity. Studies show that high-quality whey or collagen peptides lead to better absorption and more effective stimulation of muscle protein synthesis than lower-quality alternatives. Ensuring the product is verified and safe reduces the risk of digestive discomfort or other adverse effects, making daily use sustainable. Finally, tracking progress helps reinforce adherence and motivation. Simple indicators such as improved strength during daily activities, easier movement, or noticeable gains in muscle tone signal that the approach is working. Regular use of this ingredient, combined with adequate hydration, consistent timing, and light resistance activity, creates a comprehensive system that addresses the root causes of sarcopenia. Over weeks, this approach not only preserves muscle, but can also restore strength, energy, and mobility, allowing older adults to maintain independence and confidence in daily life. While adding leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides to water provides a powerful foundation for rebuilding muscle after 60, certain additional nutrients can further amplify results and support overall muscle health. Science consistently highlights the importance of vitamins and minerals that work synergistically with protein to optimize strength, recovery, and functional performance. One of the most critical nutrients is vitamin D. This fat-soluble vitamin plays a direct role in muscle function by regulating calcium balance and promoting the activation of muscle fibers. Research shows that older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels have stronger muscles, better balance, and lower risk of falls. Deficiency, which is common in people over 60, is associated with weakness, slower gait, and reduced ability to perform daily activities, including vitamin D through safe sun exposure, fortified foods, or supplementation can significantly enhance the effectiveness of muscle-building strategies. Omega-3 fatty acids are another key booster, found in fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, as well as in supplements such as fish oil. These healthy fats have been shown to improve muscle protein synthesis and reduce inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation contributes to muscle breakdown in older adults, and omega-3s help counteract this process. Clinical studies reveal that combining omega-3 supplementation with protein intake results in greater gains in lean muscle mass compared to protein alone. The anti-inflammatory properties of omega-3s also support joint health, which is essential for maintaining mobility and performing resistance exercises safely. Magnesium is equally important for muscle strength and recovery. This mineral is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including those related to muscle contraction and energy production. Adequate magnesium levels help prevent muscle cramps, improve endurance, and support overall functional capacity. Studies indicate that older adults with sufficient magnesium intake perform better on strength and mobility tests. It is found in foods such as leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grains, making it relatively easy to include in a balanced diet alongside protein supplementation. B vitamins, particularly B12, also play a vital role in maintaining muscle and neurological health. Vitamin B12 supports the formation of red blood cells, which transport oxygen to muscles, and is essential for nerve function, which ensures coordinated movement. Deficiency in B12 is common in adults over 60 and can lead to fatigue, weakness, and impaired physical performance. Ensuring adequate intake of B12 through foods like eggs, fish, lean meats, and fortified cereals, or through supplementation, complements a protein-based muscle-building strategy and helps older adults maintain energy and stamina. Antioxidants, such as vitamin C and E, are also valuable allies in preserving muscle health. They help neutralize oxidative stress, which can damage muscle tissue and impair recovery. Regular consumption of fruits and vegetables rich in these antioxidants supports the body's ability to repair and maintain muscle fibers, particularly when combined with resistance exercise and protein intake. Research suggests that older adults who maintain high antioxidant levels experience less muscle deterioration over time and recover faster from physical activity. Hydration, though often overlooked, remains a critical component when incorporating these natural boosters. Proper fluid intake ensures that muscles and connective tissues receive the nutrients they need efficiently. Combining amino acid supplementation with sufficient water alongside these additional vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats creates an optimal internal environment for muscle growth and repair. This approach ensures that every physiological mechanism supporting strength, endurance, and functional mobility is fully activated. Incorporating these nutrients does not require a complicated regimen. A simple strategy might include a glass of water with leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides, a portion of fatty fish, or an omega-3 supplement a few times per week, a diet rich in leafy greens, nuts, and fruits, and attention to vitamin D and B12 intake. Together, these elements create a comprehensive system that addresses both the root causes of muscle loss and the supportive factors that enable muscles to rebuild efficiently. Studies consistently show that older adults who combine high-quality protein with these additional nutrients achieve faster gains in strength, improved balance, and greater overall functional performance compared to protein alone. The benefits extend beyond muscle mass. Adequate intake of these nutrients improves joint health, reduces fatigue, enhances recovery, and supports metabolic processes that often decline with age. Older adults who adopt this holistic approach experience increased energy, improved mobility, and a higher quality of life. By integrating these natural boosters into a consistent routine, muscles become stronger, connective tissues more resilient, and daily movements easier, all while reducing the risk of injuries and maintaining independence. The evidence is clear. Rebuilding muscle after 60 requires more than protein alone. A combination of leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides with vitamin D, omega-3 seconds, magnesium, B vitamins, antioxidants, and proper hydration produces the strongest results. This strategy is backed by multiple studies, proven in human trials, and safe for consistent use. It is a practical, sustainable approach that empowers older adults to combat sarcopenia, regain strength, and maintain functional independence with confidence. While nutrition provides the essential building blocks for muscle growth, movement is what activates those muscles and ensures they grow stronger. Even light exercises can have a profound impact when combined with proper protein intake and additional natural boosters. After 60, the muscles do not respond as efficiently as they once did, but research consistently shows that consistent resistance and functional exercises significantly improve muscle mass, strength, and mobility. The key is to focus on exercises that challenge the muscles without causing injury, emphasizing quality and consistency over intensity. Simple, targeted movements performed regularly stimulate muscle fibers, improve coordination, and reinforce the effects of protein and nutrient supplementation. Bodyweight exercises are one of the safest and most effective ways for older adults to build strength. Movements such as squats, wall push-ups, and seated chair stands engage multiple muscle groups while being low impact. Squats, for example, activate the quadriceps, glutes, and hamstrings, which are critical for mobility and stability. Research demonstrates that performing squats 2 to 3 times per week, even with small repetitions, enhances lower body strength and reduces the risk of falls. Wall push-ups strengthen the chest, shoulders, and arms, supporting upper body function needed for daily activities like carrying groceries or lifting objects. Seated chair stands, where an individual repeatedly rises from a chair without using hands, improve both balance and leg strength, making day-to-day movements safer and easier. Resistance bands are another excellent tool for older adults. They provide adjustable tension that allows muscles to be challenged gradually, reducing the risk of strain while promoting strength gains. Exercises such as seated rows, bicep curls, and leg presses with bands effectively target muscles that often weaken with age. Research confirms that using resistance bands in combination with proper protein intake leads to measurable improvements in lean muscle mass and functional strength. The bands are portable, inexpensive, and versatile, making them an accessible option for anyone looking to maintain or rebuild strength at home. Walking and low-impact aerobic activities also complement muscle-building efforts. While these exercises do not directly stimulate muscle protein synthesis to the same degree as resistance training, they improve circulation, enhance nutrient delivery to tissues, and support cardiovascular health. Studies show that older adults who combine light aerobic exercise with resistance training and proper nutrition experience better overall physical performance, higher energy levels, and improved endurance. Incorporating daily walks, gentle cycling, or swimming helps maintain joint flexibility, reduces stiffness, and provides a consistent stimulus for the muscles and connective tissues. Consistency and progression are crucial elements of any exercise plan. Muscles need repeated stimuli to grow stronger, but the load should increase gradually to prevent injury. Older adults can start with lower repetitions and resistance and progressively increase over time as strength improves. Research highlights that even modest increases in intensity or repetitions over weeks and months result in significant improvements in muscle function and lean mass. Pairing these exercises with leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides amplifies the response, as the muscles receive both the stimulus and the building blocks required for repair and growth. Safety is another important consideration. Performing exercises with proper form, controlled movements, and attention to posture reduces the risk of strain or injury. For many older adults, beginning with shorter sessions of 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week, is sufficient to see early improvements. As strength increases, duration and frequency can be gradually extended. Research supports that even these relatively short, consistent sessions provide measurable benefits for muscle strength, balance, and functional independence. In addition to resistance exercises, incorporating functional movements that mimic daily activities enhances practical strength. Movements such as lifting light objects, reaching overhead, or bending to pick up items train the muscles in patterns that are directly useful in everyday life. Studies show that functional training improves coordination, balance, and confidence, reducing the risk of falls while enhancing overall independence. When combined with protein supplementation, these activities allow older adults to maintain strength and mobility in a sustainable, realistic manner. The combination of targeted exercises, daily leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides, and supportive nutrients creates a comprehensive strategy that addresses the root causes of sarcopenia. Muscles receive both the signal to grow and the necessary building blocks to rebuild, while connective tissues, joints, and energy systems are simultaneously strengthened. Over time, this approach produces significant improvements in strength, endurance, and functional capacity, allowing older adults to maintain independence, perform daily tasks with ease, and enjoy a higher quality of life. Consistency, patience, and adherence to these practices are what produce lasting results. While changes may begin subtly, persistent effort backed by research-proven strategies ensures measurable gains in strength, balance, and overall muscle health. Even modest improvements in lean mass translate to better mobility, reduced risk of falls, and increased energy, making a real difference in daily life. The strategies we have discussed so far are not just theoretical, they are supported by real-world evidence from multiple scientific studies. Clinical trials involving older adults consistently show that combining protein supplementation with light resistance exercise produces measurable improvements in muscle mass, strength, and functional ability. One study, for example, tracked adults over 60 who consumed leucine-enriched protein daily while performing moderate resistance exercises. Within a matter of weeks, participants showed significant gains in lean muscle mass, increased grip strength, and better performance in functional tests such as chair stands and walking speed. These results clearly demonstrate that age does not prevent the body from responding to proper nutrition and movement. Other research emphasizes the effectiveness of collagen peptides specifically. In a controlled trial, older adults who supplemented with collagen peptides experienced improvements in muscle strength and physical performance, particularly in activities involving the lower body. The study highlighted not only gains in muscle mass, but also enhanced joint function, reduced discomfort, and increased stability during movement. These findings are particularly relevant for people over 60, as joint health is often a limiting factor in maintaining activity and strength. Collagen's dual effect on both muscles and connective tissues makes it a powerful ally in preventing falls and improving overall mobility. Whey protein isolate has also been rigorously studied. Trials with adults over 60 who consumed whey protein daily revealed increased rates of muscle protein synthesis compared to those consuming standard protein sources. Participants gained measurable muscle mass, improved functional strength, and experienced greater energy during daily activities. Importantly, these studies consistently show that combining protein intake with even modest resistance training produces the best outcomes. The synergy between the amino acids in protein and the mechanical stimulus of exercise creates a biological environment in which older muscles can thrive despite age-related anabolic resistance. Large observational studies further support the importance of adequate protein and targeted supplementation in preserving independence. Researchers have found that older adults with higher protein intake and regular physical activity maintain better mobility, have fewer falls, and are more likely to perform daily activities without assistance. Conversely, those with low protein intake or sedentary lifestyles experience accelerated muscle loss, higher rates of weakness, and increased risk of hospitalization. These findings reinforce the idea that practical, research-backed interventions can have a profound impact on quality of life in older age. Omega-3 supplementation has also been evaluated in combination with protein intake. Clinical trials demonstrate that older adults who consume both leucine-rich protein and omega-3 fatty acids experience enhanced muscle protein synthesis and greater improvements in functional strength compared to protein alone. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, improve cellular signaling, and support muscle recovery, making them an ideal complement to a targeted protein regimen. Vitamin D status has a similar supporting role, as studies consistently show that sufficient vitamin D improves muscle function, balance, and reduces fall risk in older adults. The combination of these natural boosters with protein supplementation amplifies results and ensures a comprehensive approach to combating sarcopenia. Real-life examples mirror these findings. Older adults who implement this approach often report tangible improvements in daily life. Walking upstairs becomes easier, lifting groceries feels lighter, and activities that once seemed exhausting are performed with more confidence. Even simple household movements like bending, reaching, or standing from a chair become less taxing, which enhances independence and reduces the fear of injury. The measurable improvements seen in studies translate directly to these real-world benefits, confirming that the science is not just theoretical, it works in everyday life. It is important to note that consistency is what drives these results. Studies consistently highlight that daily sustained intake of protein, paired with supportive nutrients and light resistance training, produces the most significant and lasting gains. Irregular use or inconsistent exercise limits progress, while a structured, repeatable routine ensures that muscles receive continuous stimulation and nutrients for repair and growth. The body responds to repeated signals over time, and older adults are fully capable of rebuilding strength if the right strategy is followed. In summary, the evidence is overwhelming. Clinical trials, observational studies, and real-life reports all confirm that sarcopenia is reversible or at least manageable with targeted nutrition, supplements, and exercise. Leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides combined with vitamin D, omega-3 seconds, and light resistance movements provide a reliable, safe, and practical approach for adults over 60. Functional strength, lean muscle mass, joint health, and overall mobility improve noticeably, enabling older adults to maintain independence, energy, and confidence in their daily lives. These results are not hypothetical. They are documented, verified, and reproducible, giving anyone over 60 a clear roadmap to combat muscle loss effectively. Even with proper protein intake, supplements, and light exercises, there are common mistakes that can undermine efforts to rebuild muscle after 60. One of the most frequent errors is relying solely on protein without addressing overall diet and nutrient balance. Muscles require more than just amino acids. They need vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and carbohydrates to support energy production, recovery, and long-term growth. Studies consistently show that older adults who combine protein supplementation with a balanced diet experience faster gains in lean muscle mass and better functional performance than those who focus on protein alone. Neglecting these supportive nutrients slows progress and may leave muscles vulnerable to continued loss despite supplementation. Another critical mistake is skipping resistance exercises or doing them incorrectly. Even low-intensity bodyweight exercises must be performed consistently and with proper form to trigger meaningful adaptation. Research indicates that improper technique, inconsistent routines, or excessive rest periods between sessions can drastically reduce the muscle-building response. For example, Performing squats too shallowly or push-ups too quickly limits the engagement of the targeted muscle fibers, reducing strength gains. Over time, this lack of stimulus prevents muscles from receiving the necessary signal to rebuild, which is why consistency and attention to form are essential. Over-reliance on supplements without lifestyle integration is also a significant pitfall. Supplements like leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides are powerful tools, but they work best when paired with hydration, light resistance training, and a nutrient-rich diet. Clinical studies demonstrate that protein supplementation alone produces only modest improvements in muscle mass for older adults. When combined with daily movement, proper hydration, and additional vitamins and minerals, the gains are substantial. Skipping these complementary steps leaves the muscles understimulated and slows recovery. Hydration is another area where older adults often fall short. Dehydration impairs muscle contraction, reduces nutrient transport, and increases fatigue. Research shows that even mild dehydration can negatively impact strength, balance, and endurance, making it harder for older adults to engage in exercises effectively. By drinking protein or collagen peptides dissolved in water and maintaining adequate fluid intake throughout the day, muscles are better supported for repair and growth. Consistent hydration also enhances joint function and reduces stiffness, further improving mobility and safety during exercise. A common misconception is that muscle-building efforts require long, intense workouts. While progressive resistance training is important, studies indicate that short, regular sessions are more effective for older adults than infrequent, high-intensity workouts. 15 to 20 minutes of focused resistance exercises 2 to 3 times per week produces measurable improvements in lean mass, strength, and functional performance. Overexertion, on the other hand, can increase the risk of injury, discourage adherence, and create setbacks. A structured, consistent, and moderate approach ensures that muscles are stimulated safely and effectively. Another mistake is neglecting recovery. Muscles grow and strengthen during periods of rest, not during exercise itself. Older adults may underestimate the importance of adequate sleep and recovery days. Studies show that poor sleep quality and insufficient recovery negatively affect muscle protein synthesis, slow strength gains, and increase fatigue. Ensuring proper rest, combined with protein intake and light activity, creates an environment in which muscles can rebuild optimally. Tracking progress is often overlooked, but it is an essential tool for motivation and accountability. Research indicates that older adults who monitor improvements in strength, endurance, and daily functional tasks are more likely to maintain adherence and achieve measurable gains. Simple benchmarks, like counting repetitions, timing walking distances, or observing ease of daily movements, provide clear feedback on the effectiveness of nutrition and exercise routines. Tracking also helps identify areas that need adjustment, whether it's increasing resistance, adjusting protein intake, or improving hydration. Finally, it is important to avoid believing that age alone prevents muscle rebuilding. Scientific evidence clearly shows that adults over 60 retain the capacity to grow lean muscle and improve strength. The combination of leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides, supportive nutrients, proper hydration, light resistance exercises, and adequate recovery creates the optimal environment for reversing sarcopenia. Mistakes like inconsistent use, neglecting diet, ignoring exercises, or overestimating the intensity required all delay results, but they can be corrected with a structured, research-backed approach. By understanding these common pitfalls and actively avoiding them, older adults can maximize their gains, strengthen muscles, improve mobility, and enhance overall quality of life. Consistency, attention to nutrition, hydration, and exercise technique are the true keys to success. When implemented correctly, the science-backed strategies we have discussed provide reliable, measurable results, allowing individuals over 60 to regain strength, maintain independence, and perform daily activities with confidence and ease. It's important to remember that rebuilding muscle after 60 is not about quick fixes or unrealistic expectations. It's about consistent evidence-based action. The body retains the ability to grow and strengthen muscles far longer than many people assume. Research repeatedly confirms that even in the later decades of life, Muscles respond to proper nutrition, targeted supplementation, hydration, and regular movement. This means that no matter how long you've experienced muscle loss or weakness, there is still an opportunity to regain strength, improve balance, and increase overall functionality. The strategies we've discussed are not temporary solutions. They are sustainable practices that create long-term improvements in muscle health and overall vitality. Muscle health is deeply connected to independence. Strong muscles allow older adults to move confidently, perform everyday tasks without strain, and maintain quality of life. Walking upstairs, carrying groceries, rising from a chair, or bending safely all depend on the strength and coordination of lean muscle tissue. Studies show that even modest increases in muscle mass can dramatically reduce the risk of falls, improve posture, and enhance energy levels throughout the day. These are not abstract benefits. They directly impact daily life, allowing older adults to live with greater freedom, confidence, and comfort. When muscles are supported with the right nutrients and consistent exercise, the improvements are measurable and noticeable, often within weeks. Motivation plays a critical role in sustaining these practices. Progress may be gradual, but it is continuous, and small daily actions accumulate into significant results over time. Consuming leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides daily, maintaining hydration, adding supportive nutrients like vitamin D, omega-3s, magnesium, and B vitamins, and performing light resistance exercises all combine to create a system that actively fights sarcopenia. Each element reinforces the others, and together they provide a scientifically proven path to stronger, healthier muscles. People who stick with these routines report not only physical improvements, but also a sense of empowerment and confidence that comes from taking control of their health. It is also essential to focus on consistency rather than perfection. Missing a day or adjusting routines occasionally does not negate progress, but making these practices habitual ensures that muscles receive regular stimulation and nutrients. Research emphasizes that repeated, long-term action produces the most substantial and lasting gains. Even small daily habits, like adding protein to water, doing a few squats, or taking a short walk, when maintained consistently, yield results that compound over weeks and months. The key is persistence, not perfection, combined with awareness of the science-backed strategies that truly work. Many older adults find that these practices have benefits beyond just muscle mass. Lean muscle supports metabolism, helps regulate blood sugar, and contributes to overall energy levels. Improved joint function and connective tissue strength reduce discomfort and make movement more efficient. Functional strength gained through resistance exercises and targeted nutrition improves coordination and balance, which lowers the risk of injuries and enhances mobility. In essence, this approach doesn't just restore lost strength, it strengthens the foundation for a healthier, more capable, and more independent life. It's important to remember that age does not define your potential. Sarcopenia can be slowed, stopped, and in many cases reversed when the body receives the right combination of nutrients, hydration, and physical activity. The body is highly adaptable, and research consistently shows that older adults can rebuild muscle effectively when given the right stimulus. This is empowering because it means that no matter your starting point, you can take control of your strength and vitality. Each day of consistent practice builds resilience, improves mobility, and enhances overall quality of life. The process also fosters a sense of confidence and independence. Strength and muscle mass directly influence the ability to engage in daily life without fear of falls or fatigue. People who follow these strategies often report feeling more energetic, capable, and self-reliant. The improvements may begin subtly with easier movement, increased stamina, and reduced discomfort during simple tasks, but over time, they compound into noticeable gains in strength, endurance, and overall health. The science confirms that these results are real, reliable, and reproducible, giving older adults a clear roadmap to overcome muscle loss. Ultimately, rebuilding muscle after 60 is a combination of knowledge, action, and consistency. By adding leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides to water, supporting muscles with key nutrients, maintaining hydration, performing light resistance exercises, and tracking progress, older adults can create a powerful system that reverses the effects of sarcopenia. The benefits extend beyond physical strength. They improve confidence, independence, energy, and overall quality of life. Age is not a limitation. It is simply a number. With science-backed strategies and consistent effort, muscles can grow stronger, movements can become easier, and life can be lived with renewed vitality and assurance. The journey to stronger muscles is not instant, but every small, deliberate step produces real results. By following these research-proven strategies, older adults can regain control over their health, protect independence, and experience the satisfaction of tangible progress. Strength, mobility, and vitality are not reserved for youth. They are achievable at any age when the right approach is applied consistently and intelligently. Maintaining muscle health after 60 goes beyond protein and exercise. Lifestyle habits play a powerful role in preserving strength and functional ability. Sleep is one of the most overlooked but essential components. Research shows that older adults who consistently get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep experience better muscle recovery, improved hormone regulation, and higher rates of muscle protein synthesis. During deep sleep, growth hormone is released, which directly stimulates muscle repair and regeneration. Inadequate or fragmented sleep, on the other hand, reduces these benefits, slows recovery, and can increase fatigue, making it harder to engage in exercise and proper nutrition consistently. Establishing a regular sleep schedule, creating a dark and cool environment, and avoiding stimulants late in the day can dramatically improve the body's ability to rebuild muscle naturally. Stress management is another critical factor. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that can break down muscle tissue and reduce protein synthesis. Studies consistently show that older adults experiencing high levels of stress have lower muscle mass and strength compared to those with effective stress management strategies. Mind-body practices such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, and gentle yoga can help lower cortisol levels and improve overall physical and mental health. Reducing stress not only protects muscles from breakdown, but also enhances recovery, focus, and motivation to maintain daily routines that support strength. Daily movement beyond structured exercise also matters. Sedentary behavior accelerates sarcopenia, even in individuals who exercise intermittently. Research indicates that incorporating simple activities like walking while shopping, using stairs instead of elevators, or performing light stretching throughout the day maintains blood flow to muscles, stimulates nutrient delivery, and reduces stiffness in joints. These small, consistent movements may seem minor, but they cumulatively enhance muscle endurance, flexibility, and coordination, making formal exercise sessions more effective and reducing the risk of falls. Nutrition timing and quality remain crucial lifestyle considerations. While adding leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides to water is highly effective, supporting meals should also include high-quality protein, complex carbohydrates, healthy fats, and micronutrients. Whole foods like eggs, fish, lean meats, beans, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and leafy greens provide sustained energy and essential cofactors for muscle metabolism. Scientific studies highlight that older adults who consume nutrient-dense, balanced meals alongside targeted protein supplementation experience faster gains in lean mass, improved functional strength, and enhanced recovery compared to those who rely on supplements alone. Hydration is a simple but essential lifestyle habit that impacts muscle health. Older adults are at higher risk of dehydration due to reduced thirst perception, yet even mild dehydration can impair muscle contraction, endurance, and cognitive function. Research demonstrates that adequate fluid intake improves performance during physical activity, enhances nutrient transport to muscle tissue, and supports joint function. Drinking water consistently throughout the day, combined with protein or collagen supplementation, ensures muscles receive both hydration and the building blocks they need for optimal growth and repair. Maintaining cardiovascular health also supports muscle preservation. Studies indicate that regular aerobic activity, such as brisk walking, swimming, or cycling, improves circulation, oxygen delivery, and overall endurance. Improved blood flow allows nutrients to reach muscles more efficiently and enhances recovery following resistance exercises. Even 20 to 30 minutes of moderate aerobic activity several times per week contributes to better muscle function, energy levels, and general health, complementing targeted strength building strategies. Lifestyle habits that reduce inflammation further amplify muscle preservation. Chronic low-grade inflammation contributes to muscle breakdown and impaired recovery. Anti-inflammatory practices such as consuming omega-3 rich foods, minimizing processed foods, and maintaining a healthy body weight are supported by research as effective ways to protect muscle tissue. Adequate sleep, stress management, and regular movement also reduce inflammatory markers, creating a favorable environment for muscle maintenance and growth. Finally, mindset and consistency are lifestyle factors that cannot be overlooked. Research shows that older adults who approach muscle preservation with a proactive, goal-oriented mindset achieve better adherence and more significant results. Tracking progress, celebrating small victories, and maintaining motivation help sustain consistent nutrition, exercise, and recovery routines. Science confirms that these psychological and behavioral strategies increase the likelihood of long-term adherence, ensuring that the muscles continue to receive the stimulus and nutrients necessary to stay strong, functional, and healthy. By integrating these lifestyle habits, quality sleep, stress management, daily movement, balanced nutrition, hydration, cardiovascular activity, anti-inflammatory practices, and a focused mindset, older adults create a comprehensive, science-backed environment for muscle health. Each habit reinforces the others, making protein supplementation and resistance exercise even more effective. Together, these practices address not only muscle mass, but also endurance, mobility, joint function, and overall vitality, empowering individuals over 60 to maintain strength, independence, and quality of life for years to come. Sustaining muscle health after 60 is not just about short-term gains. It requires long-term strategies that integrate nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle habits into a consistent, sustainable routine. One of the most important factors is creating habits that are realistic and achievable over time. Research demonstrates that older adults who adopt small, manageable routines are far more likely to maintain them consistently, which leads to lasting improvements in strength, mobility, and independence. For instance, adding a glass of water with leucine-rich protein or collagen peptides every morning becomes far more effective when it is treated as a non-negotiable daily habit rather than an occasional effort. Consistency compounds over weeks and months, producing measurable gains in muscle mass and functional ability. Pairing these nutritional habits with regular resistance exercises ensures that muscles are continuously challenged.